As I continue to get older, I'll tell you, I have really had to own a lot of things. I've had to come to grips with some things that happened to me as a child that I kind of tucked away until about 6 months, a year ago. I have had to really face the music, if you will, of some of my own dysfunction and controlling tendencies. I've had to own some real parenting fails over the last 18 years. And there's a, a process that you go through when you are tempted to become your own victim, right? It's so easy in life to see yourself as a victim. And when you're dealing with infidelity, there's really an understanding that the victim is the betrayed spouse. But yet, we come to a point in our life, whether we're a betrayed spouse or whether we're an unfaithful spouse. I hope that you come to this moment, but I believe we all do. And it doesn't have to be infidelity that brings us to this moment, but for who we are and our wonderful audience. We come to a deep reality, and I want to bring it to you today that I have come to, is that our heart and the condition of our heart is our own responsibility. You see, I've gone through seasons in my life where I have blamed others for the condition of my heart. I blamed Samantha for my affair. I blamed a few other people for my affair. I blamed God for my affair. I have had lots of seasons in my life where I have had to really own the fact that I have blamed other people for my choices and for the condition of my own heart. And I've hit this new level of maturity, not level of perfection, I assure you. I have hit this level of maturity in some things that's caused me to see my own life, my childhood, Samantha, my kids, all of that in different ways. And one of the truths that I've really grabbed hold of just in the last kind of season of time is that my heart is my own responsibility. You see, I am responsible for the condition of my own heart. Now, yes, I have been an unfaithful spouse, but I have been the victim of some forms of child abuse. I've had some dark things happen to me when I was young. I've had a large amount of money embezzled and stolen from me through an investment scheme years ago that really devastated me from a best friend. I've had numbers of things happen to me that are just completely, on paper, black and white, unfair. And I've been bitter about it at times. I've been bitter about so many people who treated me in some pretty diabolical ways after my affair came out. I've had to work through a lot of these things. Please don't hear this as, look how great I am. No, please hear this as what a complete train wreck I have been in so many seasons of my life, and I've come to embrace in a very cold, hard, but yet liberating truth, which is you are responsible for the condition of your own heart. Said another way is we have control over what we allow our heart to turn us into. I understand that in our community, the temptation is to let our hearts turn us into some pretty bitter, angry people, whether we're betrayed or whether we're unfaithful. I'm not trying to say that, oh, betrayed, get over it, the unfaithful has pain too. No, not at all. I'm just saying that we all have the temptation to let our hearts turn us into bitter, angry, vengeful people. And I just want to appeal to you today that I know what that's like, and it will never work. We have to decide what we will allow our hearts to be like and feel like. And we have to choose how we care for our hearts. If you come from faith, the heart is the sole responsibility of the believer. And that's just the truth. If you don't come from faith, your heart is your responsibility. Other people are going to injure it. They're going to betray it. They're going to undermine it. They're going to assault it. They're going to do some things that will devastate you. But we always have a choice in how we respond. And I fully believe that. I believe that we have a choice in how we respond both to betrayal and to our own self-hatred and self-betrayal when we cheat. We always have a choice. We don't have to be a slave to our emotions, to our heart's pains and betrayal. Because there comes a point where we get to decide whether we allow our pain in life to become torment in our life. I think the opportunity is there for us to prevent pain and incredible hurt and pain and suffering to become torment that we live with the rest of our life. The onus is on us to get the best help possible to be able to heal. Whether our spouse stays or goes, whether our spouse commits to recovery or not, the choice is ours on what we do with our own heart. Because if we will do the work, the pain and the hurt, the suffering that we're experiencing won't become torment the rest of our life. However, and I know that this is going to hurt a little bit, if we don't do the work, and if we don't make the choice to protect our hearts, and if we don't make the choice to heal our hearts, what happens is we will live with torment for months and years and even decades because we don't choose to heal. So you may say, well, Samuel, how do you not let the pain become torment? And here's a few things that I would encourage you with to utilize in your own recovery. Number one is own the fact that you've either done what you've done as an unfaithful spouse or that you are experiencing what you're experiencing as a betrayed spouse. Either way, you have to own it. You can't deny that it's happened to you. I had some tough stuff happen to me when I was young. Many of you have had some very dark, tough things happen when you were young, when you were a teenager, or even now through betrayal. But you can't deny that it's happened. You have to own it. You have to embrace, yes, this happened to me. It doesn't mean that you have to shout it from the mountaintops, and it doesn't mean that you have to have this alternative aggression that you make everybody know your pain. I just mean there came a point where I had to say, you know what, look, this happened to me, this is what I felt, and it's really painful. The second way that you refuse to let pain become torment is forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean that what happened to you was okay. Forgiveness does not mean that what they did was justifiable or reasonable or something that was okay for them to have done to you. It simply means that you are taking your life back and that you are not going to allow this incredible pain and hurt to torment you the rest of your life. You are going to set yourself free by forgiveness. Number three is the way that you prevent pain from becoming torment is by being courageous and getting expert help. I so know the voices of self-pity. Oh, believe me, it would take, I don't know how many video blogs to help you understand that I so understand the temptation and the allurement of self-pity and how we so easily want to just lay down and die and be depressed and just wallow in what we've done to ourselves or what has happened to us. And we feel hopeless and we feel angry and we feel bitter and we feel justifiable bitterness. But I just appeal to you from someone who's had to wrestle with self-pity. It doesn't work. It won't help you. It's a synthetic that gives way to resentment, which gives way to torment, and you don't want torment. You want freedom. You want to set yourself free and find new life. You want to smile again. You want to have joy again. You want to get life back. Maybe you can't get the marriage back, or even you can't get the idea of what you had in that marriage back, but you can get new joy, new life, new love, new experiences that will give you hope again that life is not over. But you're going to have to pursue help. It's not going to come chase you down. I have so many times prayed and hoped and wanted just magically somebody to help me and someone just to be my friend and just to support me in some of the darkest moments of my entire life. It was only when I reached out, it was only when I pursued expert help. It's going to cost some money. It's going to be inconvenient. It's going to be very humiliating even in your own kind of way. I don't mean that you're going to be humiliated. I just mean it was humiliating when I asked a guy, hey, like I'd like to kind of meet every now and then for coffee and just kind of talk. Would you like to do that? And he kind of looked at me weird and made some, jokes and all that and was like, yeah, no, that's cool. And he became a best friend for probably 4 years. I just get it. But you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone, and you're going to have to break free from the justifiable anger that you kind of wrap yourself in maybe every day and pursue expert help. Finally, I think that we can prevent pain from becoming torment when we make a decision to commit to the process and stand up to fear. Because I'll tell you, it's terrifying to get help. It's terrifying to make a phone call for help, to reach out, to go to a website, to take a course, to go to an EMS weekend or things like that. It's terrifying, but it will set you free. It will help you not live in torment. You'll still have to work through the pain, but our heart is our responsibility. We have to take charge for how we interpret things. We have to protect the condition of our heart, because you know as well as I have, you've come in contact with people all the time who have not taken care of their heart. Their heart is bitter and angry and resentful and vengeful and racist and all of those things. They haven't protected their heart. Now, I understand if you're a betrayed spouse, you're dealing with pain in your life because of someone who did not protect their heart. I completely get that. That doesn't alleviate you from the responsibility of protecting your heart, and this is a moment for the unfaithful spouse to be reintroduced to the quality of their own heart. I was 14 some odd years ago reintroduced to the condition of my own heart. And one of the most life-changing seasons of my entire life was owning the fact that my heart had become bitter and dead and angry and resentful. It absolutely set me free, and it will set you free. Don't give up today. Protect the condition of your own heart.